Now, your NTXHondaDealers.com sports desk.
A breezy, cool Sunday evening on the harbor in Oxnard, California tonight. I'm Bill Jones covering the Cowboys. We'll get into Canton and the Hall of Fame weekend in just a moment. Let's talk about the Cowboys, who are now back in Oxnard after nearly a week away. The Cowboys will be back on the practice field at the Residence Inn River Ridge Complex for the next 4 days. 4 days of practice this week, a game against the Rams Saturday in L.A., then 4 days of practice next week is all that's left of this training camp. So what kind of expectations do a couple of Cowboys Hall of Famers have for this team this year?
You got the right positions that are strong, and you got youth at those positions. But the best thing is you got a tight bond at those positions. Because ultimately in this game, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to each man playing for one another. And when they can do that, then we'll get on to doing some championship things. That's why I'm wearing my shirt. It's a subliminal message that's not so subliminal, and we will finish this fight.
They thinking they're going to do what they did last year. I don't think they're putting in the hard work, because if they did, all of this stuff wouldn't be happening. These are selfish individuals that don't understand what team is.
Those are the kind of guys that you're going to need to win championships, because he and I, we have them. You can say what you want. The choir boys don't do it. That's what I'm just saying.
News around the NFL today. Yes, a quarterback is leaving the broadcast booth and headed back to the NFL. No, it's not Tony Romo. Instead, it's Jay Cutler leaving Fox Sports. He now is signed by the Miami Dolphins. They hope that he can replace the injured Ryan Tannehill.
Jerry Jones still basking in the glow of his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Among those attending the ceremony last night in Canton, his team, Cowboys players past and present. In the audience, current tight end Jason Witten. In a heartfelt tweet tonight, Witten said, "Mr. Jones, thank you for allowing my dreams to come true. More importantly, thank you for believing in me, for being a father figure in my life, and for showing me the power of connection, commitment, and a love of family." All right, Bill Jones, let's go back to him. He's in Oxnard, California, where the team gets back into training camp practice in just a few hours.
That's right. They left Canton, Ohio last night, right when Jerry Jones got finished with his speech. They arrived here in Oxnard, 6 a.m. Dallas time. It was an 8-hour journey from Canton, Ohio, back to Southern California. Big week ahead for the Cowboys. Might the league office inform us the fate of one running back named Zeke Elliott this week? After nearly a full week off, the Rangers need to get back out on the practice field because they haven't practiced here since last Tuesday. But let's start in Canton, Ohio, and of course, Keith Russell was there to recap the entire Jerry Jones weekend.
I hope there's some Cowboy fans here.
Yes, there were Cowboys fans everywhere in Canton, following Jerry Jones every step of the way during his journey into the Hall of Fame. And with the humility in which Jerry Jones handled himself, it showed just how Hall of Fame worthy he is.
So it's humbling, but it's really motivational. It makes me, I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to run with the ball, but it makes me sure want to carry it like Jim Brown.
Who can forget the dynasty of the 90s? Who would have ever thought it was possible after the team only won one game in its first year as the owner? Jerry Jones, that's who.
Winning the Super Bowl will always be special. Football changes lives like that. A year later, we did it again. We did it in Atlanta, and certainly a dynasty was born.
Within 3 years, he took it to the house 2 times, and then third time, hey, he put it together. And then the marketing side, my God, he took the NFL into the new era. Hey, he's exciting, and he's one hell of a great businessman.
A mastermind when it comes to getting the most out of business deals and players. On the present team as they filed in to watch his speech, and players of the past who needed some guidance from time to time as well.
The one thing I think every man in this world would like to be able to say is that every place I came, I left it better than it was when I got there. I don't know that everybody can say that, but I guarantee you Jerry Jones can.
Of the many people Jerry thanked, he put to rest once and for all how he and Jimmy Johnson, the coach of the back-to-back titles, may have had their differences then, but look at them now.
I hope it was obvious up there how much I appreciate what Jimmy has contributed to the Cowboys, his, frankly now, lifelong friendship. And, you know, our differences, while they were certainly visible and magnified because of the nature of it, if you really look at our friendship over a lot of years, there's just not that much to fuss about.
Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The parade of those on hand to see Jerry's shining moment included new lead CBS NFL analyst Tony Romo, whom Jerry lauded for carrying the team's fortune on his back for so many years.
No quarterback in Cowboys history was asked to carry as much of the load for his team as Tony.
Jerry also heaped praise on the coach of the third of the Super Bowl titles in the 90s, Barry Switzer.
He is a marketing genius. He's proved that. He changed the way people operate in the NFL today, without a question, in market regard to. I think he made them all richer, without a doubt.
Thank you, Barry.
I know he made himself richer.
There are certain people that come into a situation that transform a whole entire league, and he was able to do that in terms of what he was able to do for the Cowboys, as well as television contracts and other things, licensing. A remarkable man, smart man, great businessman, a man that cares a lot about people.
The cleanup is underway following a magical weekend. But when it comes to Jerry Jones, the thing he's most proud about is not the way he cleaned up the Cowboys, restoring them to the place of America's team, winning 3 Super Bowl titles in a 4-year span in the 90s. It's the other team, his family, that he gets to go to work with each and every single day.
If you had a chance to spend all of your work time, which in my case is most of my time, and you got to spend it with your family, that's quite a blessing.
The feeling's so mutual, and obviously this induction here is a validation of his love for the game, of his love for the NFL, his love for the Dallas Cowboys, and his passion for not only that, but bringing his family along with him. And we've been so fortunate to just have an amazing ride.
For the last few days, the greatest part of the whole experience was Jerry making everyone feel like family and giving everyone the golden touch who crossed his path.
Most people here know that I've had a lot of fun for 30 years, a lot of fun. And I've even had some fun when I've been growling at you guys a little bit too. But seriously, to have a recognition like this on top of the experience I've had over 30 years is I'm not so sure it's right.
At times, one of the most criticized owners in all of sports. What's become increasingly more fun is now seeing Jerry Jones viewed as one of the greatest ever. Keith Russell, CBS 11 Sports.
So now what do these Cowboys do about that 22-year Super Bowl drought? Well, up next, Sean Lee is bound and determined to do something about it.
Hey, Cowboys fans, it's time for camp, training camp. Who's ready to take that big step forward towards a championship? Let's go, Cowboys. Training camp coverage with Bill Jones all this week on CBS 11 News.
It seems like a long time ago now, but the Cowboys did play their first preseason game back on Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game against the Arizona Cardinals. A great way to kick off the long Hall of Fame weekend as the vast majority of Cowboys starters take the night off. But veteran running back Alfred Morris ran like he was running for his NFL life, breaking off a determined, athletic, spinning 25-yard run as he battles for a roster spot this summer. Backup quarterback Kellen Moore needs reps in these games. He played the first half, connecting a couple of times on deep passes to Bryce Butler, who continues his good camp. And the highlight moment of the night came when second-year former Baylor basketball player Rico Gathers posted up on the goal line and scored his first touchdown since an 8th grade championship game. Just what the old number 17 needed to see from the new number 17 at quarterback.
He's got a great understanding of what we're trying to do offensively. He just has a good feel for playing the game, and he made a lot of good throws in the game. I think he recognized what they were trying to do defensively and attacked it and made some good throws down the field to Bryce for some big plays for us, and did a good job helping us move the ball down the field and scoring some points.
Diving to the 20, the ball is
Caught by Butler.
It's nice. I like not having to, wait 3 quarters and then, warm the arm back up, after about 5 hours. And, it's nice to just warm up, get ready to go, and go play.
In my life, it seems I get more opportunities in preseason than in the regular season. So I feel more comfortable in the regular season. I mean, in the preseason than I do in the regular season.
There's a lot of film to go back and look at and get better at. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect game. I mean, the plays that I made, that was, a few plays, but, you want to have, close to perfect games.
Sean Lee is trying to lead a Dallas defense that's trying to replace 5 starters who played at least 7 games, who started at least 7 games last year, including one, Barry Church, who says his new team, Jacksonville has more talent than the Cowboys do.
They have more talent? Yeah. Well, that's because he's in Jacksonville right now. Of course he's going to say that. No, I think they do. I might have to call him.
A relaxed, funny Sean Lee cracking jokes with the media? It's a side of the first-team All-Pro linebacker we don't often see. What we have seen for 7 years is about as intense, determined, hard-working, and well-prepared a player as Rod Marinelli has coached.
And they're rare. The Urlachers were like that, or Brooks, guys like that. I mean, rare guys, and he's rare.
The same Brian Urlacher who could be a first-ballot Hall of Famer next year, which is the same high esteem Sean Lee has for his teammate Jason Witten.
Oh, there's no question. He's a surefire first-ballot Hall of Fame. And I've said this before, first-ballot Hall of Famer on the field and also off the field.
Since day one in Dallas, Sean Lee decided to be like Witt.
He practices like it's his first year. And it's an inspiration for me, because you think the days that you think your body's hurting, that you might not have it, well, Witt is going to bring it. And that I need to find a way to take it to that next level. So from day one since I've been here, he showed me the way.
After battling so many injuries early in his career, Sean Lee is coming off 2 straight Pro Bowl seasons. And along with Witten, he's the most highly respected player on this team, the consummate team-first guy.
Every decision I make, I keep my teammates in mind. I keep this organization in mind. I keep the fact that we have this unbelievable tradition in mind, this opportunity to play.
It shows in his preparation, and virtually everything Sean Lee does is done to help the team. Even the team movie, Dunkirk, last week.
There are 400,000 men on this beach.
Kind of the Dunkirk spirit, how sometimes you take a terrible loss, but if you rally and find a way to stick together, you can come back and overcome incredible odds.
Did you know anything about it before you?
I actually read some of the context about it, so I did know some about it.
So you studied the playbook?
I studied the playbook, no question. Well, the movie's great. You need a little context, what I mean? It just starts off with people shooting at,
When you go to a movie, do you figure out a way to apply it to football?
Well, sometimes. I mean, just, some of the traits that you can get out. You see some of the stuff in the movie, some of the way the guys act. Yeah, sure, you can try to apply it.
Was it romantic comedy?
Probably not. We probably more less relatable on the football field.
Now at age 31, Sean Lee knows the clock is ticking on his career. But no matter how much longer it lasts, he's doing all he can to make it a storybook ending.
We're blessed to play. Every time we step on this field, we're blessed to play. I mean, I feel that way because I've been injured so much. When you're out of the game, it's a terrible feeling. And when you have this opportunity, you have to do everything possible to take advantage of it.
What the Cowboys need are more Sean Lees. As we